We're in 2026. Look around, the world has changed. Artificial intelligence isn't some sci-fi headline anymore. It's sitting at the desk right next to you, and it works without needing sleep. Let's be brutally honest. The old rules about money are officially bankrupt. If you're working twice as hard, pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion 3 times over, but your bank balance is standing terrifyingly still, then I need you to know one truth. It's not your fault. This system, this relentless grind from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., is designed to keep you busy. Busy to the point where you have no time to breathe, no time to think, and absolutely no time to actually build wealth. Today, I'm not here to show you how to scrape together a few extra bucks for coffee. I'm here to share 5 ways to build passive income. Money-making machines that don't require your physical presence, so you can buy back the most valuable thing this grind has stolen from you: your freedom and your own time. Where exactly are you standing right now in your journey? Let's get painfully honest for a second. Are you 24, 25, maybe 30 years old, full of fire and ambition when you graduated, but now waking up every single morning with a lead weight sitting on your chest, absolutely suffocated by the reality of student loan payments, maxed out credit cards, and rent that seems to go up faster than your paycheck ever could? Or maybe you're a little further along, you're 40, 45, maybe 50, you've climbed the ladder, you've got the title on LinkedIn, you've done everything they told you to do. But you're standing in the middle of your career and it hits you like a freight train one quiet evening. You've missed it. You've missed a decade of family dinners. You traded bedtime stories and soccer games for a job title that, let's be absolutely clear, the company could replace within 24 hours. They wouldn't even blink. Or worse, they're already planning to replace you with a piece of artificial intelligence software that doesn't need health insurance or vacation days. That feeling that twists in your gut every time your phone buzzes with a banking notification. That quiet, creeping, nameless anxiety that washes over you when you're scrolling through social media and see other people. People who don't seem smarter or harder working than you, actually living lives of joy, travel, and presence, while you're just grinding yourself to dust trying to survive until the next paycheck. That low-frequency hum of terror when you let yourself actually think about the future, about retirement, about what happens if you lose your job at 55. That is a crushing, dehumanizing weight for any single human soul to carry alone day after day, year after year. I see you. I genuinely deeply see you because I have been you. I know what it feels like to be bone-tired, not just physically exhausted from working too many shifts, but soul-tired. I know about those long, dark nights. 2 in the morning. The whole world is asleep, the house is silent, and you're just lying there on your back, staring up at a pitch-black ceiling, having a silent conversation with yourself that you would never admit to anyone else. You're asking the questions that scare you the most. Is this really it? Is this my life? Was I put on this earth just to answer emails, commute in traffic, pay bills, and eventually die with a head full of regrets and a heart full of what-ifs? And I want you to understand something at a cellular level. I am not standing here speaking to you as some untouchable finance guru who was born with a silver spoon and a trust fund. I am not a soulless internet marketer trying to sell you a dream that doesn't exist. I am standing here as someone who has walked through that exact same darkness. Someone who has been flat on his back, financially and emotionally. Someone who has been absolutely paralyzed by the fear of failure, who genuinely believed with every fiber of his being that he wasn't smart enough, wasn't talented enough, wasn't worthy enough to build a different life. I found the exit door through brutal trial and error, through failing more times than I can count, using the exact strategies and principles I am about to share with you right now. And if I could do it, a perfectly ordinary, deeply flawed, scared human being, then I am telling you with absolute certainty, you can do it too. Before we go anywhere near the actual strategies, we have to do some serious mental rewiring. We have to detox from the garbage definitions we've been fed. Passive income is one of the most tragically misunderstood concepts in the entire world of personal finance. People hear the word passive, and they immediately picture money magically raining down from the sky while they sit on a beach sipping a cocktail, having done absolutely nothing. Let me be brutally clear, that is a fantasy sold by charlatans. Real passive income, the kind that builds dynasties and buys back decades of freedom, is the direct result of building a system, creating an asset, or establishing a machine that eventually works on your behalf. It's the result of front-loading intense, focused, often difficult effort in the short term, so that you can harvest the rewards of that effort in the long term, over and over again, without having to be physically present for every transaction. It's short-term pain for long-term unshakable peace. And here in 2026, as artificial intelligence and automation are not just coming, they have arrived and are reshaping entire industries at a terrifying speed. Developing passive income streams isn't some cute little optional luxury for rich people anymore. It has become a survival mechanism. It's a financial shield. It's the only thing standing between you and complete vulnerability to global economic chaos, industry disruption, and the next massive, unexpected wave of corporate layoffs. Now I want to address the elephant in the room. The number one lie, the piece of poisonous propaganda that society, your well-meaning but broke friends, and your own inner critic have drilled into your subconscious. You need a lot of money to start making passive income. You need capital. You need resources. You're not ready. Let me tell you what that really is. That's a story. It's a beautifully designed, perfectly rational-sounding excuse to stay exactly where you are, wrapped in the comfortable, familiar misery of the status quo. The truth that no one tells you is this. The most critical asset you need when you are starting from zero is not a fat bank account. It's courage. It's the raw, stubborn willingness to start moving before you feel ready, before the path is clear, before you have all the answers. The biggest enemy you will ever face on this journey is not the stock market crashing. It's not a bad economy. It's not the competition. Your biggest enemy lives right here, between your ears. It's that insidious little voice that shows up every night when things get quiet, whispering poison. Who do you think you are? You're not smart enough. You don't have the background. You're going to fail, and everyone is going to laugh at you. Today, right here, right now, we are going to look that voice in the eye, recognize it for the liar that it is, and move forward anyway. The 5 Paths to Freedom. Path 1. The Content Ecosystem of Value. Path number 1, and in the creator economy of 2026, arguably the most powerful and accessible path for the average person. Building a digital content ecosystem of genuine value. Here's the paradigm shift. The knowledge inside your head, the unique life experiences you've survived, the problems you've solved, the skills you've developed, those are not just memories or hobbies. When packaged correctly, they become assets with virtually infinite margins. They have zero inventory cost and unlimited reach. Every authentic story you tell, every tutorial you film, every piece of hard-won wisdom you share, it stops being just a video file. It transforms into a digital employee. It becomes a 24-hour-a-day, say 7-day-a-week sales representative, a teacher, and a connection builder that never asks for a day off, never complains, and never demands a raise. While you are fully present at the dinner table with your family, while you are making memories that actually matter, while you are sleeping peacefully at night, that content is out there in the world, floating through the algorithm, finding the exact people who need to hear what you have to say. It's solving their problems, healing their pain, and in the process, quietly, automatically depositing money into your bank account. And let me shatter another myth. You do not need a Hollywood production studio. You don't need perfect lighting or a scripted persona. You need a genuine human heart, a willingness to be vulnerably real, and the smartphone that's probably in your pocket right now. Fractional ownership of real assets. Path number 2 tears down a gate that has kept regular people locked out of wealth for generations. You've always heard it. Invest in real estate. Land is the real wealth. But you look at property prices, you look at the down payment requirements, and that door looks like it's been welded shut. It feels like a club exclusively for the already rich. But this is 2026. Technology and financial innovation have bulldozed that gate. You no longer need to be a millionaire to become a real estate owner. Through the power of fractional ownership and tokenization of real-world assets, you can own a piece, a literal share, of high-quality, income-producing real estate. We're talking about apartment complexes, commercial office spaces, even logistics warehouses that power the e-commerce backbone. You can participate in the ownership economy. This is the mechanism by which you step out of the passenger seat and into the driver's seat of capitalism. You move from being just a consumer and a renter to being an owner. This is how you hook your financial future into the engine of the real economy, so that every time the market appreciates, every time rent checks are collected, instead of just making your landlord richer, a portion of that wealth flows directly to you. This is leveraging 21st century technology to serve a timeless human need, the security of owning something real. Path 3. Dividends from the titans of industry. Path number 3 is the quiet, patient, and devastatingly effective strategy of becoming a part owner of the world's greatest cash-generating machines. Every single day, billions of people around the planet wake up and engage in predictable, habitual consumption. They buy toothpaste from Procter & Gamble. They crack open a Coke. They boot up their computers on Microsoft Windows. They process payments through Visa's network. They reach for Advil when they have a headache. For most people, they simply participate in this economy as consumers, making everyone else rich. But there is another way. Instead of just buying the product, you can buy a tiny piece of the company that makes the product. You can become a shareholder in the titans of industry. When you do this, you are essentially hiring the most brilliant business minds on the planet, with their billions of dollars in research and global distribution networks, to go to work for you every single day. Imagine that. While you sleep, while you spend time with your family, these corporate giants are out there grinding. And a tiny fraction of every single transaction, every burger flipped, every software license sold, every insurance policy written, finds its way back to you in the form of a dividend. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not gambling on meme stocks. This is the slow, patient, beautiful accumulation of ownership. It is a strategy that won't make you a millionaire overnight, but executed with discipline over a long enough timeline, it provides something far more valuable: the ironclad guarantee that you will never, ever be broke again. Path 4. Intellectual property and unstoppable creativity. Path number 4 taps into the one resource that is completely immune to automation. The one thing that artificial intelligence, no matter how exponentially powerful it becomes, cannot authentically replicate: your unique, messy, unrepeatable human experience and creative spark. Every single one of us has navigated a specific kind of pain, solved a specific kind of problem, or learned to do something in a way that is unique to our perspective. That journey, that solution, is not just a memory, it's a product. When you take your hard-won knowledge and package it, whether that's a digital course, a set of design templates, a collection of Lightroom presets, a piece of stock music, or a self-published guide, you are creating an intellectual property asset. You are creating a gift for the world. And here's the magic. Every time someone downloads that file, every time someone accesses that knowledge, the transaction happens. Value is exchanged. Money flows. The work you did once, the creation you poured your soul into, pays you repeatedly. In a world increasingly dominated by algorithms and code, authentic human creativity, perspective, and storytelling are the ultimate edge. This is how we as humans stay relevant. We don't compete with the machines by trying to be faster or more efficient. We compete by being more human, more creative, and more empathetic. Path 5, the hands-free commerce engine, and finally, path number 5 is the glue that binds all of this together: the automated commerce system. You can have the greatest product, the most valuable piece of intellectual property, or the most curated collection of goods, but if you are still trading your own physical time to pack boxes, answer customer service emails at 2 a.m., or manually update spreadsheets, you have just bought yourself a second, more demanding job. You haven't escaped the grind, you've just relocated it. The global economy in 2026 is a 24-hour, borderless marketplace that never sleeps. When you are sleeping soundly in New York, a potential customer in Sydney or London is awake, wallet in hand, ready to buy what you have to offer. Building an automated, digital-first commerce system, utilizing print-on-demand, digital delivery, and automated customer service flows, means you can serve that customer without ever waking up. This is the final crucial evolution. You are no longer trading your precious finite time for money. You are trading pure, scalable value. And value, unlike a human body, has no need for sleep, no limit on its hours, and no ceiling on its potential reach. This is how you truly decouple your income from your effort and achieve structural, durable freedom. I want to pause here and make a sacred promise to you. I am not going to stand up here, applaud, and blow sunshine at you. I'm not going to pretend this path is lined with roses and guaranteed success. I refuse to disrespect you with that kind of empty motivation. The truth is messier. There will be days when you publish a piece of content and it's met with absolute deafening silence. Crickets. There will be weeks when you check your investment portfolio and the numbers are red and your stomach drops. There will be moments when the voice of self-doubt gets so loud, when the obstacles feel so insurmountable, that every fiber of your being screams at you to quit, to retreat, to crawl back to the familiar pain of your old life, because at least it's predictable. But before you give yourself permission to quit, I need you to ask yourself one single, sobering, life-altering question. A question that cuts through all the fear and all the excuses. Ask yourself, what is the actual tangible price of doing absolutely nothing? What is the cost of staying exactly where you are? That price is not neutral, it's not zero. The price of inaction is 40, 50 more years of quiet desperation. It's a lifetime of watching your kids grow up through a fog of exhaustion. It's reaching the end of your life with a heart full of bitter, corroding regret, wondering what could have been if you had just been brave enough to try. Failure is a temporary event. You fail, you learn, you get back up. But regret? Regret is a slow-acting poison that kills your spirit while your body is still walking around. That is the greatest risk of all. Strip away the money for a second. Strip away the investment accounts and the passive income numbers. At the very core of this entire pursuit lies something far more fundamental, something that every human being on this planet craves at a bone-deep level. You deserve a life where you are the sovereign author of your own schedule. You deserve to wake up in the morning and direct your energy toward things that ignite your passion and curiosity, not toward tasks you endure because you are terrified of not being able to pay your bills. You deserve to stand in front of the mirror at the end of a long day, look yourself in the eyes, and feel a wave of genuine earned pride wash over you. You deserve to be able to say to your reflection with absolute conviction, I was brave. When the world told me to follow the well-worn, safe, miserable path, I chose a different road. I bet on myself. And I am actively, right now, changing the entire financial trajectory of my family line. You deserve the respect of the marketplace, yes, but more fundamentally and more importantly, you deserve to reclaim your own deep, unshakable self-respect. Let's step out of the grind for just a moment and paint a detailed picture of the actual payoff. This is what you are fighting for. It's next Monday morning. The alarm clock didn't go off because you don't set one anymore. You wake up naturally, not because you have to, but because your body is fully, genuinely rested for the first time in years. There's no frantic rush, no pit of anxiety in your stomach about the commute ahead or the inbox waiting for you. You wander into the kitchen in your bare feet. The floor is cool. You brew a single perfect cup of coffee. You take it over to the window and you just sit. You watch the morning sunlight dance across the floor. You hear your kids laughing in the other room, fully engaged in their own little world of imagination, and you feel a calm smile spread across your face because you are not missing it. You are here. You are present. And somewhere in the quiet background, without any effort from you at this moment, your systems are humming. The content is streaming. The investments are compounding. The assets are working. Money, the thing that used to be a source of constant, grinding stress, is quietly, peacefully flowing into your life regardless of what you do with this particular hour. That feeling, that deep, soul-level, unshakable peace and safety, that is the real goal. No job title, no performance bonus, no hollow employee of the month plaque can buy that feeling. It is priceless, and it is available to those who build for it. Why do we fight so hard? Why do we endure the late nights, the failed attempts, the steep and painful learning curves? It is not ultimately for the lifeless pieces of green paper in a wallet or the digits on a banking screen. Those are just tools, just fuel. We do this, we push this boulder up this hill for the people we love with every fiber of our being. We do this for the specific, beautiful image of our aging parents, finally able to rest their tired bodies and minds, free from the gnawing, silent worry about the cost of their prescriptions or the fear of being a burden. We do this for the vivid, burning vision of our children, standing on a launch pad that we have built for them with our own sweat and courage. A launch pad that puts them higher than we ever started, giving them the freedom to chase their passions without the chains of survival mode wrapped around their ankles from day one. You are the central protagonist in your family's story. You are the hero they have been waiting for. And a hero's journey is never a walk in the park. It requires walking straight into the dark, scary forest, facing down the monsters of self-doubt, and having the faith that there is a clearing of light on the other side. Here is where the rubber meets the road. Here is where the passive observation ends and the active participation in your own rescue begins. Do not let this video end and then just get washed away, forgotten in the infinite scroll of disposable content. Do not let the voice of fear win this round. I need you to take a concrete, immediate action, a symbolic and psychological declaration of intent. Scroll down right now into the comments section below this video and make a public pledge. Make a contract with the universe and with the future version of yourself who is already free. Type these exact words into the comment box and hit send. I choose freedom. Let me and the thousands of other people on this same path witness this precise moment, the exact instant you decided that your old life ends and your new life begins. I believe in your capacity to make this transformation happen, even and especially if in this fragile, doubting moment, you don't yet fully believe in yourself. My belief will carry you until your own kicks in. This is not a farewell. This is your welcome invitation. I will see you, I promise you, on the other side of fear.